I've been teaching voice for over 30 years, and I work with singers over 50 every single week. And it's the same 5 questions, different people, different voices, different parts of the world. The same 5 questions again and again. So today I'm going to answer all 5. And number 5, the 5th one, is the one everyone's really asking, even when they're asking the other 4. Question 1. Why does my voice work some days and not others? This is the most common question I get, and it's also the most demoralizing in that it makes your voice feel random, like you can't trust it. Look, it's not random. There are just things driving the voice that are invisible to you. Here's what's changing day to day. First, hydration. Hydration is on a delay. The water you drink today is not reaching your voice right away. It takes hours to get to your vocal folds through your bloodstream. The water you drink today is for your voice tomorrow. And this one's important enough that I want to say it again. Your bad vocal Tuesday might really be a dehydrated Monday. Next is sleep. A lot of us report having more trouble sleeping as we age, and I've had to seriously change some things, particularly my caffeine intake. And poor sleep means fluid retention in the vocal folds. There's less muscular coordination, less support. A rough night shows up in your voice before it shows up anywhere else. Then there's silent reflux. And I want to be clear about this. You don't have to experience heartburn to have reflux. You may never feel it at all. And this reflux irritates the tissue overnight, and you wake up with a voice that feels swollen and unresponsive. There's your speaking load the day before, noisy restaurant, family gathering, a rather passionate discussion where voices get a bit raised. That's a vocal workout that you didn't count as one, and it shows up the next day. So here's what I want you to do. Keep a 2-line voice journal. How your voice felt and what you did the day before. That's it. Give it 2 weeks and the randomness starts looking like a pattern. It's usually hydration and sleep. Those are the 2 big ones. And people are shocked at how clear the connection is once it's written down. Your voice isn't unreliable. It's a report card on what you've been doing in your life. Question number 2. Why does my voice keep cracking? The crack, the flip, that moment where your voice grabs and then drops out from under you into something thin and disconnected. Look, everyone has this transition. Every singer alive has it and has to work to balance it. And a lot of what I do as a voice teacher is helping people smooth out transitions. But what's changed for you isn't that there's suddenly this transition. It's gotten harder to smooth over after 50. And there are 2 things happening. First, the transition point shifts. As the voice changes, the place where that shift occurs isn't where it used to be. And you're likely working from a roadmap you built 20 or 30 years ago, how to negotiate this change, and that's no longer working. You need different coordinations. Number 2, and this is a big one, you're bracing your voice. As we age, the vocal folds don't close as cleanly as they used to, so the body squeezes to compensate. And when you're squeezing, you can't make those smooth adjustments through the transition. It holds, and then it lets go all at once. There's the crack. A few things to start fixing it. Glide through the region on a straw or lip trill. Don't attack it. I recommend straws constantly because they do the work of helping hold the vocal folds together, and they actually reduce that transition. The straw makes it easier. You don't have to squeeze. And then you can work on descending before ascending. Coming down through the transition is usually easier than going up through it. And it teaches the coordination with less effort. Now, Some of you, the opposite will be true. That's fine, but in general, try down first. And this one's important. Don't avoid the area. It's tempting to change the keys on everything so you sit below it, but that gets you heavy in your voice and you're never training the coordination. One last thing, the break doesn't disappear. Everyone has to negotiate it. It's likely more work now than it used to be, but you can absolutely do this work. Question 3, why is there so much mucus? This is a big one. And part of it is real and physical. As we get older, we tend to produce less mucus, and what we do produce is thicker. So hydration matters here. Drink fluids. And so does using a nebulizer with saline solution, which puts moisture directly on your vocal folds. And I've covered this in other videos on the channel. But very often, the bigger problem isn't mucus, it's throat clearing. You clear because it feels like something's sitting on your folds, but that throat clearing, it's a violent event. You're slamming your vocal folds together and blasting air through them. This irritates the tissue, and irritated tissue makes more mucus, which makes you feel like you need to clear again, and around you go. The mucus is often the symptom. The clearing becomes the engine. You have to break the loop. When you feel the need to clear your throat, do this instead. This nice, breathy H. A silent swallow. You can do a gentle hum on a comfortable pitch, which can help move the mucus without the impact. And one caution, if this is persistent, if there's pain, if you're losing your voice for days, go see an ENT, or better yet, a laryngologist, which is a further specialty within ear, nose, and throat. Rule out the things that just aren't dryness. And while you're at it, check your medications for drying qualities. Question 4, my range has dropped. Is it gone? And this one has fear attached, so I want to give it a careful answer. And I often hear this, not just with age, but after surgery or a long illness, after being intubated. And look, something real did happen. These events genuinely affect the voice. Surgery near the neck can affect nerve function. Hormonal changes, a long illness means months of deconditioning. But there are usually 2 things going on when a singer comes to me. There's the actual change, and then there's everything they stop doing because of the change. And the second one is usually bigger. And the second one is trainable. So, what to do? Well, if this change is recent, see a laryngologist. You need to know what you're actually working with. And then work with the voice you have right now instead of trying to force it back into what it was before the change. Stop with comparisons. Those comparisons stop people from making real progress. Get exercises that work for your voice right now, and then give it real time. Not a week or 2, 2 or 3 months of consistent daily work before you conclude anything. Here's the truth. Range can come back. Not the range potential you had at 25, but quite a bit of it with the right work. Question 5, is it too late for me? This is the real question, and it's underneath all of the previous questions. It usually comes wrapped up in, I'm probably too old to be starting this. I should have done this 30 years ago. Why am I even bothering at my age? I'm going to answer this directly. It's not too late for you. It's not even close. Here's what I know from 30 years of teaching and from the research on aging voices. The muscles and tissue of the voice respond to training at any age. The brain responds to training. The pitch control mechanism largely stays intact, and a significant portion of what people experience as age-related loss is disuse and compensation. And both of these are trainable. Researchers who study aging voices even have a term for these singers. They call them vocal underdoers. Underuse is measurable, and you reverse underuse with proper, consistent use. The singers I work with who make the most progress are the ones who stop waiting to find out whether it was too late and they just started doing the work. 10 to 20 minutes a day, most days, for a few months, not a week or two. Then you can judge it. That's the barrier. That's it. It's not that hard. You just need to step through and start doing the work. If one of these is a question, an issue you're dealing with, tell me in the comments. I read them and it helps me know what to make next. And if you'd like a guidebook for the older voice, you can get the full PDF download of my best-selling book, The Mature Singer's Guidebook, at the link below. And check out these other videos for older singers. And make sure you like and subscribe. I produce new videos every week. We'll talk soon.